All right, Shalom, Shalom. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another one of our Israelite Gathering Bible studies. We have a special class for you this week. We had stopped the Bible studies for quite some time, took a break, but we are back. We got a real special class for you today. I got a good brother of mine. We got Brother Scott with the Defenders of the Throne Ministry out of Lynette, Alabama, bringing and hosting a special class for us today. Brother Scott, I also know you as Brother Shamar. Shalom, shalom, shalom. How you doing today, brother?
Shalom, big brother. I'm well, blessed, as our Christian friends say, and highly favored.
Highly favored. Yes, sir.
Yes, I am. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate you having me on this evening.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Again, like we talked briefly before class, Israelite Gathering is a platform. It's for our nation, and that means we collect the best of what our nation has to offer to present to our people. And what we have is we the fact checkers. We don't got to have the system fact check. We can present the facts to you, and we can all check it. So I'm honored to be here with you. I'll be reading for you, and any support you need. With that being said, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you, so that you can go ahead and prepare to start your class, brother.
All praises, all praises. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. I appreciate the Most High allowing me to be here, and I'm happy to do my job. Let's get busy, y'all. Can you see me?
Not yet. I
Yeah,
see trying to share.
Yeah, that
There
was
we
the
go.
wrong one.
All right, I see the Google screen.
Oh, that was the wrong screen. Let me try again. Well, you know what? How about I just do this? Sorry about that, brother.
It's all good. Take your time, get everything set up. Give the people a chance to get online.
Yeah, you see that one more time. Yeah, we should be better right here.
And
What we look like right now?
yes, sir. I see you. Shalom to the Hicks family. Shabbat shalom to those that are finishing their last day of unleavened bread, beginning to finish the feast day. With us, our feast day ended tonight. Last night was the 7th day of unleavened bread.
All right.
So I see your picture up.
You see my people up? All right, brothers and sisters, let's get busy. This evening, we're going to talk about ethno religions versus universalizing religions. And you probably, just like me, have never heard of an ethno religion. And I'm going to go ahead and walk you through it. Here we go. Looked them up, and An ethno religion is a belief system that is inextricably linked to a specific ethnic group. Listen to what it's saying now. It is inextricably linked to a specific ethnic group. In an ethno-religious community, religious identity and ethnic identity are deeply intertwined and effectively inseparable. Now, what does that mean? That means in an ethno-religion, your religion and your ethnicity cannot be separated. They go together. All right. Let me keep going. And y'all pardon me for being so country, because I am living in Alabama. Anyway, moving on. Being part of the religion typically requires being born into the specific ethnic group, meaning the faith is inherently tied to a people's ancestry, culture, and history rather than being a standalone theology. All right. Some of the core characteristics of an ethno religion is the inheritance by birth. Membership in the group is determined primarily by bloodline, ancestry, and descent rather than through personal choice or adopting a set of beliefs.
Hmm.
In other words, it's something that you inherit from your family. All right. Core characteristics of an ethno religion, inheritance by birth, we just covered that. Absence of proselytization. Ethno religions do not actively go out and seek converts because membership is tied to ancestry. Converted into an ethno-religious group is often exceedingly difficult, extremely rare, or strictly prohibited by traditions. Now, in other words, we would be saying that the only way a person could be an Israelite is if they were born an Israelite. There's no such thing as spiritual Israelites. There's only ethnic Israelites. Now, some people convert, and you can read about it in the Bible. We're going to bring that out if we get the chance. But continuing on, cultural integration. The religious practices are deeply embedded in the group's daily life. I want you to understand that this religious perspective is ingrained in their culture. The religious practices are deeply embedded in the group's daily life, cultural traditions, historical narratives, language, and often a specific geographical homeland or origin point. Distinct community boundaries. The combination of shared lineage and shared faith creates a highly distinct, unified boundary that separates members of the group from outsiders. So when you pick up your Bible, or when you pick up the Apocrypha, or when you pick up the Pseudepigrapha, or whatever Israelite scriptures you're reading, you are reading the words of an ethno-religion. In other words, what I'm saying is when they wrote it, they were only concerned about themselves, about their culture, and about the worship of their gods. When they write about the outsiders, they're mostly talking about the conflicts that they have with outsiders, or things that the outsiders do, the Gentiles, that would make an Israelite unclean. Okay, see what I'm saying?
Right, right. So question. So just
Yes,
looking
sir.
at this ethno-religion classification for Israelite, for example, um, it's almost like to kind of give a metaphor, it's like hip hop. You know, hip hop was a culture, it was a music, it was by, it was you were born into that by being in a certain demographic, in a certain socioeconomic stance. And it created its culture. It created its music, the breakdancing, the music, the clothing, all of that. And then now you have another outside entity coming in
Mm.
and actually giving classes on hip hop and giving out breakdancing medals and stuff. But you're not part of this ethno religious group. So how can you just come in here and start to critique or define something like that? And this is exactly what happened in our hip hop culture for those that are not into the religion. But that's the same thing that's happening with this Israelite religion, where you got a whole situation coming in outside of that ethno religion, and there's actually a term for it. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's crazy wild, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is deep.
I, I think a better example would be when the white man came to America, the Native American, his worship was
Mm,
tied to the land. His
mm.
worship was tied to just him, his land, his God, and his culture. That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So that's an ethno religion. When we pick up the Bible, we're reading the words of our forefathers and how they lived. I mean, everybody on already knows that. I'm sorry. Let me keep going. The concept of an ethno religion is most easily understood when contrasted with a universal religion or a convert based religion. Now, all of us, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us know about Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure all of us have come into contact with the practitioners of Islam or Muslim. These two religions, or even what is it, Buddhism? These three religions are universalizing religions. Supposedly, anybody from any culture at any age can practice these quote unquote truths and be a part of the religion, regardless of what culture you come from. Hold on, let me go ahead and read it. The universal religions transcend ethnic, national, and geographic boundaries. They actively welcome, encourage, and seek out converts from any background, asserting that their theological framework is applicable to all of humanity, regardless of lineage. Now, you can believe what you want to believe, but the Bible don't say that. Ethno religions make no such universal claims. The belief system and the covenantal or historical relationship with the divine are viewed as belonging exclusively to the lineage of that specific people. All right. Moving on. I'm going to give you some Black history in a minute. Just give me a few minutes because we're going to talk about the ethno religion of the Negro if I get my chance. Okay. So we defined the ethno religion and contrasted it with the characteristics of a universalizing religion. So I say, which one is the default? Is a universal religion the default religion of mankind? Or is the ethno religion the default religious state of mankind? All right. It says historically and anthropologically speaking, ethno religion is the original default state of human religious expression. And I'm gonna read that out to y'all. I'm gonna use the Bible to prove that because when the Creator separated, matter of fact, let me go ahead and let me read it to you before I prove it. For the vast majority of human history, religion was not something a person chose or converted to. It was something they were born into, inextricably tied to their tribe, bloodline, and geography. All right. So I said I was going to prove it real fast, real fast, real fast. I'm going to go to the Bible real fast. You're going to go to Genesis chapter 10. I'm going to show you what makes up a family, a biblical family. I'm going to use Japheth because his is like the shortest that I can run to real fast. And I'm going to show you what the heritage is. This right here, verse 5, is going to be the heritage. Go in your Bible to Genesis chapter 10. I'm going to start reading at verse 1. I'm going to give you a second to get there, but I got it on the screen. Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. Now, these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So Noah has three sons, and unto them were sons born after the flood. So grandchildren, the sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Teres, and the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Riphath, Togarmah. Verse 4, and the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodamim. So look, verse 5 is going to tell you what consists of your heritage when the Bible is talking about your heritage. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands. So your culture, you get land. Everyone after his tongue. You get a language. After their families, you get people, and then you have nation groups. All right. So you need land, you need a language, you need different groups of families to form a nation. All right. I'm gonna slide down and show you this again. Hold on. So when he was dealing with Ham, Ham is the next son that the Bible deals with. And it's going to say the same thing. These are the sons of Ham after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. So again, I'm going to show you with Shem. the families of Noah. I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. These are the sons of Shem after their families, their languages, their lands, and their groups of families, the nations. So when we talk about ethno religions, the default is going to be ethno religion. Let me show you this in Deuteronomy chapter 30, Deuteronomy chapter 32, I believe. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. Well, let's start at verse 7. I'm going to give you a chance to get there. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verses 7 and 8. Had to get a little bit of that lemonade real fast. Verse 7 says, remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will show you, your elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High divided the nations, these are the Gentiles, when he divided them their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he said, the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Now, if you read this in the Septuagint, which is an older version, in the Masoretic text, it says it was divided by the number of the children of God, or the Elohim. Come on, let's go to man.
So that the number of the angels of Elohim.
That's right. That's right. That's right. The sons of God, not the sons of Israel, because when he divided the children of Adam, there wasn't even a nation of Israel.
Right.
Matter of fact, Abraham hadn't even been born yet. Uh, Ecclesiasticus, we need to go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 17. Oh man, give me a second. Let me pull that up. Take a minute for my but I'm just trying to show you that the base, or the original default method of worship for human beings
It's ethno religion.
was the ethno religion. I'm looking for my apocrypha now.
I mean, even like
Sorry.
you said, even if you are looking at it from a biblical standpoint, the Bible was written, for the children of Israel, specifically from the God of Israel, so that's about as ethno as you can get. And all these
That,
split religions that are coming from it can try to be ethno religion, but really it's more of a proselytic religion with a spin.
yeah. Hey, it's called a spit, like those TV shows, the spinoffs.
Right, right,
It's just a spinoff. It's basically a ripoff.
right.
I'm like,
Exactly.
man, why I can't find? Oh, there it is. Sirach.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Sorry, Sirach chapter 17, verse 17. Sorry about that, bro.
No problem, brother.
Brothers and sisters, we're going to be in the book of Sirach, chapter 17. I'm going to read them down to verse 21.
I'll go ahead and read it for you, brother.
Oh, I appreciate that, Dr. Deacon Bishop, Pastor Elder Big Brother.
That way you can get your thoughts to formulate everything. So we at Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Yasharah is Yasharah's is Yahweh's portion.
That's right. Hold on, let me stop. So look, just like we read in Deuteronomy chapter 32, when he separated the sons of men, he set a boundary. But Israel belongs to the Most High. And when we read the Torah, when we read the law, these are the instructions that he gave to his people. And you're going to read, we're going to show you how outsiders have constantly persecuted us for not turning loose his laws. All right, brother.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. Whom being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, and giving him the light of his love does not forsake him. Therefore, all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways. None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Most High.
That's right.
But the Most High, being gracious and knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them.
All praises to his great and wonderful name, brother. I appreciate that. So look, we got these rulers ruling over the Gentile nations, but the Most High is the ruler over us. All right. Let's go to let's get on out here and get over there to Psalms chapter 82.
And you can actually find that also in Jubilees. Jubilees, Yobelum chapter 15, I believe, with Moshe, not excuse me, with Abram, and he said, of you, of all the other nations have I set angels over them to lead them away from the children of Yasharal, but not the children of Yasharal. He has placed no angel over them, nothing but the Most High Yah. So that's why we can't follow these other nations. They literally have an angel, a principle, just like in Daniel, when it talks about the angel of Persia, and then he's going to go ahead and deal with the angel of Grecia right after. So they
Oh
got
man,
instructions
you
to.
all in my lesson, brother. Come on, get him.
Okay, my bad, brother. Let me
Oh, no,
stop.
no, no, no. That wasn't for you to stop. That was for you to keep going. We on one accord.
Okay, praise y'all, praise y'all. I don't want to cut too early in your class, brother. Let's go ahead and keep it
Okay.
moving.
No, we ain't no cutting in the class, brother. But yeah, hey, we need to bring that Jubilees out though, for real.
Okay, praise y'all.
We
I'll
need
pull
to
it up.
bring that Jubilees. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and get over here to what I said, Psalms 82.
Yes, sir.
Do, 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 do. 82 and 1. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
This Psalms 82 and 1. And it says, I'm gonna read it all. Are you
Go
gonna
ahead.
read it for me? I got it.
All right.
Uh,
82 and 1.
yep. God, the Most High standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. Now, the mighty is Elohim's. So the Almighty, the most powerful Eloah, is standing in the group of the mighty. He judged among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly? This is what he's asking the rulers that he put over mankind. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Salah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. I ain't gonna keep reading. I'm gonna slide all the way down. Verse 6 says, I have said you are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. This last verse 8, arise, O God, or O Most High, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations.
Mm.
So he's gonna fire all the subordinate Elohims, and he's gonna be the God of all nations because those deities were wicked. I took all that time to say, I said all of that, so we could establish. I need that Jubilees too, so we could
Yes, sir.
establish.
I got it.
All right, bring it out, sir.
All right. So if you can pull it up on your screen, it's Jubilees Yobelum chapter 50. And it's kind of the end of verse 30. We can start there. Or you can start at verse 30.
Okay, let me put it.
And I love it because you're pulling, from Torah, and you're pulling from the 1611, and you're showing these same things that are written in our other Sefer writings. So there's no contradiction. It's coming all together.
Right.
So about verse 30. So you can start addressing the Arabs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Right here. Let's make them big. First 30 right there.
Yes, sir.
You want me to bring it out? I'll read it. You want me to bring it out?
Go ahead. Let's bring it out, brother.
This is Jubilees, chapter 15, verse 30. For Ishmael and his sons and his brothers and Esau, the Most High did not cause to approach him, and he chose them not because they are the children of Abraham, because he knew them, but he chose Israel to be his people. And he sanctified it and gathered it from amongst all the children of men. For there are many nations and many peoples, and all are his. And over all hath he placed spirits in authority to lead them astray from him. But over Israel did not, I'm sorry, but over Israel he did not appoint any angel or spirit, for he alone is their ruler, and he will preserve them and require them at the hand of his angels and his spirits, and at the hand of all his powers, in order that he may preserve them and bless them, and that they may be his and he may be theirs from henceforth forever.
Forever.
Bro,
Amen.
what for? Man, that's a cold hard scripture right there, boy. Woo!
Yes, sir. So I never had the tying in Torah, until this class, till you presented it. We've read over those things, but I never tied those things. And there it is. There's the proof. Ties right into Jubilees. People say, I don't deal with your Bellum. I don't deal with you. Okay, that's fine. Let me take you to Torah. We don't deal with the New Testament. All right, let me take you to Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Sirach. What you need?
Hey, everything you need is in the writings of the Israelites.
Amen.
That's it right there. All you got to do is go to the writings of the Israelites. The bona fide, certified, authorized writings of the Israelites gonna get you right every time.
Amen.
Every time. All right, so everybody, all the nations of the earth, they worshiping who they worshiping. We ain't got nothing to do with that. We ain't got nothing to do with that. All we got to do with is our power, our creator, the Almighty, who has given us a list of instructions, things that he want done, things that he don't want done. Before I do that, let me go ahead and get to Daniel. Dang, I forgot about Daniel. I'm gonna be quick in Daniel, all right? Daniel chapter 10.
Oh yeah, he about to break it down. He's showing you them angels that's over.
Yeah. Hey,
And
matter
how
of fact,
you know that?
I just thought of another one. Then Paul said we don't wrestle against flesh
Right?
and blood, but against principalities,
Powers, right? Principalities and powers, spiritual wickedness in high places.
spiritual rulers.
Exactly.
Yeah. He was trying to tell them, but we don't be listening. Let's get down here to verse 12.
Yep.
Okay, Daniel's been on a fast for a minute. He was asking the Most High, "What's going on? Why we ain't got this? Why we ain't got that?" Daniel have a vision. He see the angel across the river. People pass out. Daniel the only one that can see him. Daniel pass out. The angel come lay his hand on the shoulder. And this is what they talking about. This was in verse 12. Daniel chapter 10, verse 12. Y'all with it?
Yes, sir.
Right.
All right.
Then said he, you got it. My bad, boss.
I got you, big bro. All right. Verse 12. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that you did set your heart to understand and to chasten yourself before your Elohim, your words were heard, and I am come for your words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia, which is AKA Iran, withstood me 1 and 21 days. But lo, Mikael, one of the chief principals, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia.
All right. You're going to slide down, brother man.
All right.
We're going to get verse 20.
All right.
21.
Then knowest you wherefore I come unto you? And now will I return to fight with the prince of Persia. And when I'm gone forth, lo, the prince of Grecia shall come. But I will show you what that which is noted in the scripture of truth, and there is none that hold with me in these things, but Mikael, your prince.
All praises, all praises. So look, we got two governing angels of two European countries. Not European countries. What I'm talking about. One is a European country, the other one is Persia.
Right.
But we got these princes. Let me get on back over here. Who are the ruling powers? If you go to what is this? The Brown Drivers Briggs Hebrew Dictionary, it's gonna let you know. It means patron angel. One of the definitions is patron angel. I don't know if you can see it right there. Bam, bam, bam. There you go.
Patron angel.
All right. Patron angel. So we done work that up. So now we want to see what our God, what our power, the Almighty, has instructed us to do and what He instructed us not to do. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4. We're going to read to verse 8.
1 through 8.
Yes, sir.
All right, Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that you may live and go in and possess the land which the Most High Elohim of your fathers gives you. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it, that you may
say?
that you shall neither shall you diminish anything from it, that you may keep the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, Yahweh your Elohim have destroyed them from among you. But you that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you, this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my Elohim commanded me, that you should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has a God so near unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day?
That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful. So we got the commandment, the exhortation from Moses, These instructions that have been given to us, we're supposed to take these instructions and hold on to them. These instructions are going to prove to be the wisdom among all the other nations. All right, let's go to
So what would be the opposite of this? If not keeping the commandments and statutes, what do we look like in front of these people? If this is the wisdom and understanding in front of the people, but we not doing that, so what will be the opposite of wisdom and understanding?
the foolishness.
Well, that's what we looking like in front of those other nations.
It's horrible, bro. Horrible. But you're right. That's exactly what we're looking like. A totally destroyed people with no consciousness of ourselves.
Right. And it's a we thing. You know, we over here trying to repent, right? But when we go up in that grocery store, when we in that elevator, when we get pulled over, we get looking like some fools unless we demonstrate that wisdom and understanding in front of those nations.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And we got to be aware. So that's the thing. We forget so easily. Is it's not us. It's them against us.
Right.
Whether we want to be that way or not. No matter where we go, it's always going to be them against us. We can't help it.
Right. The Bible's
Anyway,
that way. And
hey,
from the Tower of Babel, it was set up that way.
that's right. I'm not saying have a victim mentality. I'm saying be aware that there is an adversary working against you.
Right. Be aware of the uniforms, bro. If they don't have the same uniform you wearing on the squad, bro, you might not want to share the play with them, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to be running points for the other team. All right, so we had Deuteronomy chapter 12. We're going to pick them up at verse 1, 2, 3, and yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, yeah. Nope, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on them.
All praises.
Yeah.
All right, so we had Devarim, Deuteronomy, chapter 12 and verse 1. These are the statutes and judgments which you shall observe to do in the land, which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers gives you to possess it all the days that you live upon the earth. You shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which you shall possess serve their gods upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree. And you
Pause right there for let me jump in there real fast if you don't mind.
go ahead, brother.
Hey, look, the first thing he tell us, you better go in there and tell their worship system. Not look at it and examine it and say, ooh, how can I do what they did? The first thing he say is go in and wreck shop, destroy their worship system. Go ahead, Bo, my bad.
We had you know, what if you a king? You know, you a king, you the king of Israel, you know, you special. The king of Israel, you know, the real true king of Israel, the king of kings, come and tell you, listen, you destroying everything when you go there. Don't bring nothing back, don't touch nothing. And then you decide, because I'm the king of Israel, I'm the anointed one, I'm gonna bring back some sheep. Well, the Most High, nah, he said destroy everything. He not playing. So you can't just stand next to they idols and don't say nothing. He talking about destroying it. So displaying it, wearing it, standing next to it, not saying nothing is a far shot from destroying it and ripping it down.
Yeah, it's a violation if you over there paying homage to it now. I know we know better than that.
Right, right.
You
Now
know,
we can go in their house and rip their stuff down, but in your house ain't supposed to
that's
beat that stuff up.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Amen. So we at what, verse 3?
3. Yep.
Okay. We at 4.
3.
Okay, verse 3. And you shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire. And you shall hew down the graven image of their gods and destroy the names from out of that place. You shall not do so unto Yahweh your Elohim.
All right, that's right. So the way they worship their God, that ain't the way you're supposed to worship yours. The accountability that you are facing ain't the same accountability that they face.
Right.
Your power say you better not worship him the way they worship theirs. Hey, slide with me down to verse 29.
All right. Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 29. You got to move the thing, you're blocking the screen.
Oh, my bad. Boss, my
Okay.
bad.
No problem. When Yahweh your Elohim shall cut off the nations from before you, whether you go to possess them, and you succeedest them and dwells in their land, take heed to yourself that you be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before you, and that you inquire not after their mighty ones, saying, how do those nations serve their mighty ones? Even so will I do likewise. You shall not do so unto Yahweh your Elohim.
Come
For
on, man.
every abomination to Yahweh which he hates have they done unto their mighty ones. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods. What things soever I command you, observe to do it. You shall not add thereto, nor diminish from it.
All praises. Hey, that's pretty clear, ain't it, bro?
Right. That's not a suggestion.
Yeah, he lay it out straight up. He don't want us doing what they were doing. He don't want their worship system, uh, the way we worship to be the way they worshiped. Straight up. Now I'm gonna take a I gotta take a pause real fast, all right? And when I say pause, I mean to say I gotta go back to my slideshow. Now, we're talking about ethno religions, right? So we want to focus on the Israelite ethno religion. You see my screen, baby, bro?
Sir, oh boy, you about to get in it.
Right. So this is the 1980 Jewish Almanac. This book was published by, you can see down at the bottom, compiled and edited by Richard Siegel and Carl Rhines. These guys are Jewish.
I'm pretty
It's
safe to
two,
guess that.
huh?
Yeah, it's pretty safe to guess that they Jewish.
Yeah. On their first two pages, hey, it's 2 pages worth of scholars who put this book together. What you see right here in what's this, the top right hand corner? This strictly speaking, this is the first sentence on the first page
Oh, wow.
of this book.
Wow.
Of course, they got the heading, they got the title, but this is the first sentence in their book. You want to read that, or you want me to?
Oh, you can read it, brother. Go ahead.
It says, strictly speaking, it is incorrect to call an ancient Israelite a Jew or to call a contemporary Jew an Israelite or a Hebrew. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Strictly speaking, it's wrong to call an ancient Israelite a Jew or to call a contemporary Jew, that's the people that you see today who would claim to be Jews. It's wrong to call them an Israelite or a Hebrew.
It might be anti-Semitic. I don't know. It might be because it's offensive to them.
Well,
You
I
can
mean,
look
they
that
wrote it.
word up.
All I'm doing.
Look up Israelite. It's going to tell you that it's a derogatory term to refer to that. So even when you just look up the word Israelite, it's going to tell you the same thing that this book is saying right here.
So when you call modern day quote unquote Jewish people, you, you cannot call them Hebrews because they are not related to the Hebrews.
Right.
You cannot call them an Israelite because they are not related to the Israelites.
Can you call them Israeli?
Yeah, I think that's a name they made up for themselves.
Oh, yeah. You call them Israeli.
Yeah, I call them Israeli. I'll call them anything but an Israelite or I ain't gonna say that. I'm just not gonna call them Israelites or Hebrews.
No, I don't want to be offensive to them, because I know that's not you. So why would I offend you and call you that when you yourself saying that it's offensive to call you that? Soft answers turn
Yeah,
away.
that's right. Now, what we finna do, we finna go through a couple of books to prove who we are. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And a lot, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I like to go back in time. So if you can look, I'm going to read this to you. So the name of this book is A Geographical Description of the Four Parts of the World. Excuse me.
Four corners.
Take Yeah, four parts of the world taken from the notes and works of the famous Monsignor Sanson. This book was published in London in 1670.
Mm.
This is page 20 from that book. I'm going to start reading where it says after the death.
After the death. Okay. After the death of our Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, all the country was called the Holy Land. The people which anciently profit this country were the
Possess.
Use or whatever, well, Fuse. I don't know. Is that a J? I don't think J was around yet. Was
Yeah, that's the funny way they wrote it. That's a J. I'm gonna
that's
read
the
it for you. Watch this. The people which anciently possessed this country were the Jews, being of a middle stature, strong of body, of a black
hmm,
complexion, googly eyed,
mm,
a so an ingenious people, and such as will live in any place, much given to traffic, usury, and brokage.
mm. Businessmen.
Huh. Black businessmen, boy,
Mhm,
whoa.
mhm. Googly eyed. Mm.
Dang. I still got big eyes.
I mean that I don't know about you, but I mean that kind of in interpret color. When you got color in your eyes, that make your eyes a little bit bigger than when you have a lighter complexion and a dark pupil. It makes your eyes look smaller.
I'm gonna read this to y'all again. I'm gonna pick it up though. After the death, this page 20, after the death of our Savior Jesus Christ, all this country was called the Holy Land.
Mm,
The people which anciently possessed this country were the Jews, being of a middle stature, strong of body, of a black, you see, that's a capital B too, ain't it?
right, right.
Of a black complexion, Google eyed, a subtle and ingenious people, and such as will live in any place, much given to traffic, usury, and brokage.
I like that middle stature thing there. That's interesting. It's telling you they weren't the biggest people on the earth. Y'all didn't just go say, "Hey, let me go ahead and get these people from Kenya or whatever that's 6'11" or 7'3" and say this is gonna be my people." He put people of a middle stature from the middle of the earth and said, "This is gonna be my people," so that you can see my power in them. It ain't them, it's my power.
Doggone, doggone right. Now, that book, that book name is hey, all the books I'm sharing with y'all, y'all can get online for free because I ain't got no money to pay for it. I got it for free. You can get it for free too. A geographical description of the four parts of the world taken from the notes and works of the famous Monsignor Sanson. This book was published in the year 1670, telling you that the original Israelites were black with bug eyes.
Mm,
Now, we finna talk about being a sub-Saharan African, right?
mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna I'm just going to read this. I went on Google. I said to Google, I said, is the Congo in sub-Saharan Africa? Yes, both the Republic of the Congo and the
Mm,
Democratic Republic of the Congo are located in sub-Saharan Africa. All right. I asked, is Ethiopia in sub-Saharan Africa? Yes, Ethiopia is located in sub-Saharan Africa. I don't know, maybe I asked, where is Loango? Is Loango in sub-Saharan Africa? Now, if you've never heard of Luongo, you're about to have a whole lot of fun tonight.
mm.
Luongo is, in fact, sub-Saharan Africa. Luongo refers to a historic region and kingdom in West Central Africa, covering parts of modern-day Gabon, Republic of Congo, and Cabedina. Cabedina. Well, Cabedina. I'm not saying it right. I messed it up. Um, it is firmly in sub-Saharan Africa. All right.
Mm.
And I said, are African Americans sub-Saharan Africans? Google says yes, African Americans are primarily of sub-Saharan African descent, but they also have degrees of the ancestry. Of course, we do because of all the rape and
Right, right.
yeah.
We were travelers and
So
traders. So we went to all four corners of the earth and already established, empires in these areas.
that's right. So we're gonna read from a magazine called the Nautical Magazine from 1855. So before I check the credibility of this publication to make sure it is a good source that I can quote. All right. So I go on Google, I ask what the Nautical Magazine was and how did it fare as a publication. I'm going to read this to you guys. The Nautical Magazine and Naval Chronicle for 1855 was a monthly journal that served as a significant resource for professional seafarers and maritime historians throughout the 19th century. The 1855 volume was largely dominated by coverage of the Crimean War, but also included a wide range of maritime topics, technological advancements, and world events. Now, you slide down, it's going to give you an overview of what they covered in the year 1855. This is what we're looking for right here. Exploration and world news. Articles covered topics like the ethnography or the study of the ethnic study of West Africa. I don't know why I couldn't get that out.
What what's interesting is they why they so interested in the ethnography of West Africa and the Mediterranean and all that, and then right above that they talking about Ukraine right there, right where Khazaria is, where the Khazarians came out. Is that coincidence or I don't know?
1855 was a pretty good year. The 1800s was a pretty good year on banging on Khazaria.
Mm.
I got a few books. If the most I permit, you bring me back on. We might get into some of that too. I was debating about bringing some of that out this time, but I didn't know what the audience would be like.
Hey, if the spirit do what it
But
do.
it does. It does. So this nautical magazine, the 1855 edition, is going to deal with the ethnography of West Africa, piracy in the Mediterranean, and China Seas, and book reviews of Arctic exploration titles. So look, we're going to talk about the success of this magazine, its longevity. It enjoyed remarkable longevity, having first appeared in 1832 and continued publication monthly well into the 21st century. Authoritative content. Its association with the Hydrographic Office of the Admiralty and editor A.B. Beecher, assistant to the distinguished hydrographer of the Navy, Sir Francis Beaufort, lent it significant authority. So this The publication that we're about to read
Right.
is a real, authentic authority in what it's saying.
Right.
It's not just one.
It's
It's
not a
not like
blog.
a tabloid.
Right.
Yay.
There's gonna be some
So we're
scholars
gonna
that
go.
gotta it gotta get past before it can just be written.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So also Gabon is in. I don't know how I got that one out of one, but Gabon is also a part of
Sub-Saharan Africa.
sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
All right, let's read this magazine then, brother. Let's get in here and learn some stuff about our peoples.
Bring it
Oh,
out. Bring
this.
it out. And one thing, again, this is a lot to take in. Not necessarily we're gonna be able to remember all this, but one thing we can remember for some of the newer viewers is look at the scholarship. Look at how we are looking at sources, pulling multiple sources, and not just taking it because it agree with what we're trying to teach or whatever, but actually trying to look and say, well, what is the validity? Because anybody can write, lie, and put it in a book, but at least how many people does it have to go through? Who's looking at it so that we can see how credible these sources are. So you apply this to any subject matter in the Bible, and you're definitely going to get a better understanding. So, man, I appreciate you bringing this stuff out, brother.
All praises to the Most High. I'm just out here trying to do my job, Big Bishop.
Yes, sir. Shalom, shalom, brother Dre Day. Good to see you. And shalom, shalom to my big brother Yafi Yehuda.
What it do? What it do? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and read this. This magazine is gonna open up some eyes. Um, the Europeans always knew we were the Jew. We are the Jews. It was never a confusion. They've always known. Uh, this is page 531. In the Gabon, there are at least 5 very marked types. First, there is the Jewish type. Now, we're talking about sub-Saharan Negroes, okay? There is the Jewish type, where the profile is strikingly Jewish. Let me make this bigger so everybody can see it. Where the profile is strikingly Jewish, the complexion either a pale or reddish brown, the head well formed, figure slender but well formed.
Well
The head,
formed head. You got a big head, basically.
everybody talk about them big heads. Got
Go
that hook in
ahead.
the back. And the hair nearly as woolly as that of the pure Negro.
Mm,
Now
mm.
these is black Jews in sub-Saharan Africa with woolly hair. That was the first type that you find in Gabon.
Mm.
Second, there is another that may be regarded as the Fula type, where the stature is of middle size, complexion a dark brown, the face oval and features regular. The hair in some cases crisp or woolly, and in others soft and even silky. How about that? They got silky hair in Africa. The third type, the Kafir type,
Mm.
where the frame is large and strong, the complexion a reddish brown, the lips thick but not turned out, the nose somewhat dilated but not flat like the Negro, the hands and feet well formed, but the hair is crisp or woolly. The fourth type, a type corresponding to the description given of the Cameroon or the Corsico men, and in some cases showing a decided approximation to the features of the Somalis. They saying that the Israelites look like the Somalis.
Mm.
Right. The
Interesting.
fifth,
So it's tribal, like they're breaking down characteristics of different tribes, northern tribes, southern tribes. Interesting.
yeah. Oh, and if we keep reading this here book, it's gonna do that because they are literally broken up into northern and southern kingdoms.
Mm.
Let me
But
keep
I
going.
noticed the commonality besides the woolly hair. which is the obvious, but the various scales of brown, whether it's
That's
pale, reddish, dark, but it's brown.
that's
It's
right.
melanin. You can't have brown without melanin.
That's right. Ain't nobody white out there.
Right. And then even the albino got the woolly hair. So I mean, even if he got a disease or genetic, he's still gonna have that nose, that feature, and that hair. He ain't just gonna all of a sudden be a whole nother nation.
Doggone right. You gonna be able to tell he Negro.
Mm-hmm.
It says the fifth type, where maybe women. Yeah, what may be regarded as an approximation to the true Negro type.
Mm,
So he been describing Jews all this time, and he's saying the last type looks exactly like the
mm,
true Negro type.
mm.
I'm gonna drop down at the bottom with the pink highlight. It says the females of this region are the handsomest, perhaps, to be found on the coast of Africa.
Well, that sounds about right to me. That's what the Bible say.
Whoa, what do you go by? Okay. They exhibit the same variety of complexion, stature, and features that exist among the men, but their forms are delicate,
Mm.
their limbs are small and tapering, and their countenances are decidedly intelligent, mild, and pleasing.
Intelligent, mild, and pleasing. Wow.
Come, come on now. This our family we talking about.
That's why just keep it real. This is why we are still here, because they'd have been killed us. But because our women are built like this, they said, man, the Grecians and Maccabees, they said, look, man, how are we going to kill in Judith? How are we going to kill a nation that produced women like this? And she
I know
wasn't
that.
even in her prime. She was a widow.
No, that's right, brother. Woo. You getting my spirit stirred up. No, I'm just playing. Oh yeah. Hey, they know it. They know it. All right, moving on. What page is this? This page 593. I'm gonna get back to the Bible in just a moment, y'all. I know I'm running out of time. It says Judaism in northern and southern Guinea. Remember, I told you it broke up like northern and southern kingdom?
Mm,
We have already mentioned the existence of Jewish practices in Western Africa. Circumcision prevails in both North and South Guinea, but whether it is of Egyptian or Jewish origin, it is impossible to say. Some traces of the Jewish religion are more fully developed in the northern and others in the southern region. The division of tribes into 12 families, as among the Grebos,
wow.
the division of time into 7 days, and the observance of lucky and unlucky days, as among the Fantis and Ashantis. The observance of new moons, the offering of bloody sacrifices, and the sprinkling of blood upon their doorposts and altars. In having a house of refuge to which an offender may fly, and the security of falling upon the altar, and in having a distinct priesthood, are practices that are more fully developed in northern than in southern Guinea. You catch that?
Right, right. So there's still
So,
a separation amongst the people that are of the same family into a northern and southern. And then there's the 12 tribal separation. Then you're seeing all of the rituals that
the
we have
cultural markings,
in our,
yeah.
yep, yep.
So, I mean, what is this? This is from 1855.
Right. So we were
So these,
definitely there at some point. Now, whether all these people are specifically Israelites, but there were Israelites there, because you're not going to get that level of detail because you knew you read about it or you heard about some people that you trying to copy.
oh yeah. Now, we have plenty of books showing the migration and the forced migrations. Matter of fact, give me a second. Forced migrations of showing that the Israelites were forced to travel. Let me see. across Africa.
Right, right.
And they got dumped. Let me see. They got dumped by do I have it? I got it. See now.
Or how do you think we left out of Western Africa? You think they just went and hit some people over the head and sold them to the white people? We was already there. We was there in several capacities. We was there as kings of the land, and we was also there as the losers when we lost and our city got destroyed. We got sent into the salt mines. We got
That's
this
right.
inflated Josephus into Egypt as well as Western Africa. That's why them people, falling for that. Oh yeah, Ghana's so sorry for their part. Well, if you so sorry, then tell the world who you sold. Not yeah, we called African Americans now, but what were we when we were in your land when you knew that we were different from you? Because you didn't sell your people, you sold another group of people.
Definitely send your people.
Right.
Maybe we're about two more, and then we're gonna get to this Bible one last time. Not one last time, but let me see where we at. Um, there, let's get on back to this Bible. All right, brother, let's go to. I just wanted to demonstrate that we are the Israelites of the Bible.
Wow. With some new scholarly resources. So you can go back to this class. It's all
Yeah,
being
yeah.
recorded live, and you can pull these facts and get and download the copies because as this stuff becomes digital, they can change it on the fly. But if we have copies like printed copies like this, they can't get all of our copies.
Oh yeah. Now I can tell you this right here. If you want this book right here, the Nautical Magazine,
Mm-hmm.
1855. If you go on archive.org, you can see it right here at the
The link right there. Yep.
all you got to do is go to archive.org, in the search bar, put this right here, Nautical Magazine 1855, and you can have this book for free. You can read it and read and know for a fact that we the people, that the Europeans knew that these were Israelites in Africa that they were trafficking in.
Right.
You can know for yourself.
Right. So
Yeah,
look at the timeline. What we got coming up with Juneteenth. So that's what 1865 when Juneteenth was
yeah,
1865,
I think 1865. Yeah,
something like that.
that's
So
like 10 before.
yeah, so something not adding up. Somebody not, some just don't seem right.
Somebody been lying.
Right. And this is published. So, I'm kind of gonna lean towards the publishing. Costs a lot of money to publish this stuff versus you telling us some stuff.
Right. And I tell you what, if you're really looking for the truth, the easiest way to find it is going to the years before uh, Israel came into power.
Right. Yep. Before 1940 something.
Before 1944. Oh, here we go. You know what? Let me go ahead and show you something else. Show something else.
Yes, sir. We got good. We doing all right with time. We got about another 40, 50 minutes.
What, man? Amazing. This book right here. See, Africa, being an accurate description of the regions of Egypt, Barbary, Libya. Man, I always mess up trying to say this word really great. The land of Negroes. Let me make it bigger.
Mm.
The land of Negroes, Guinea, Ethiopia, and Abyssinia. This book was published in what 1670.
Mm.
Right. what does it say right here? Judaism spread through Africa. You see it?
Right, right. In other words, we running for our lives
That's right.
throughout the different the regions of the earth. And this particular region, Africa, where would you hide? If you're familiar with Atlanta, and you running, and you an Israelite, you run into Alpharetta or you run into Decatur. I mean, if you a hip hop fan, I'm pretty sure you probably better off in Decatur, uh, at least South Decatur.
Well, I'm going where the people look like me.
Right, right.
So look, what we finna do? We finna read the migration of the Israelites out of Europe. We're gonna read about the migration across the continent real fast, but mostly them being kicked out of Europe.
Mm.
Now, why am I saying that? Because when they get kicked out of Europe, guess where they're going? They're going to Africa. There ain't
Right.
nowhere else to go but home.
The House of David, specifically out of Portugal. And interesting how the so-called slave trade started at that exact same time that we was expelled from Portugal and Spain.
Come on, sir. They know who they was trafficking.
Hmm.
Well, we got receipts. We got plenty of receipts. Let's get to it. This page 34 out of that book. It says, many Jews also are scattered over this region. Some natives boasting themselves of Abraham's seed, inhabiting both sides of the river Niger. Now, you know what the river Niger or the river Niger is? It's on the west coast of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Others are Asian strangers. Asian strangers, when they say Asian,
Asiatic.
that's right, Afro-Asiatic. You got them, bro.
However you want to split that continent.
That's right. Either way it go, they dark skinned. Who fled thither either from the desolation of Jerusalem by Vespasian, that was in 70 AD, or
Mm-hmm.
from Judea, wasted and depopulated by the Romans, the Persians, the Saracens are the Muslims, and Christians. So these four groups forced migrations into the continent of Africa.
Wow.
The Romans forced them to flee into Africa, the Persians, the Muslims, and the Christians.
Wow.
Or else such as came out of Europe when they were banished vis-a-vis out of some parts of Italy in the year 1342, out of Spain in the year 1462, out of the Low Countries in 1350, out of France in 1403, out of England in 1422. All these different Israelites differ in habit and are divided into several tribes, having no dominion, though both wealthy and numerous, but despised of all nations. You got me?
Right.
Now that's in 1670. So they know who we are.
Right. Right.
Matter of fact, they know why we on the west coast of Africa. We there because they put us there.
Right.
They kicked us out. Well, you get it. But hey, you ready to smash this Bible? Get the rest of this Bible?
Let's do it. It's great. This is some really good. Everybody's not gonna be what we can consider religious, where we're gonna get in the Bible. It has to be validated sometimes, and sometimes you got to validate it from a historical standpoint to show that this is historic. This is history. This
Oh
ain't
yes, sir.
our religious book. This is the greatest book in the world because it has the history, it has the love story, it's got the art, and it's got prophecy, and most importantly, history. And that's why they pulled the whole apocryphal books out, because that was the history with the names, with the receipts.
That's right, bro. That's right. It got all the receipts. I'm gonna try to get like one or two of them out of there today. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get one or two out. Sure. Let's look at them. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7. But we're still talking about that ethno religion.
Yes, sir.
In this ethno religion, our power has given us commandments. He told us what to do and what not to do. And it is for it's in our best interest to be obedient. We're going to hit that Daniel chapter 7. We're going to go to let's read the verse 8. You want me to read it?
I'll read it. We're going to read through verse 8 or starting at verse 8?
Let's start at let's start at 1 through 8.
Okay. All right. So Daniel chapter 7, 1 through 8. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear. And it raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon his back of it four wings of a fowl. The beast had also four heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things.
Now we're going to get the interpretation of this real fast.
That's deep.
We're going to get the interpretation real fast.
Plus it.
And then we're going to keep it moving. We're going to go and see this beast come to life right before our eyes. All right? Well, maybe not right before our eyes.
You could go to Daniel chapter 2 and get some clues on who these nations are.
That's right. You ready to go over there?
No, we can go. We can carry on.
Yeah, it's going.
Break it down, read it right where it say.
I ain't say it again.
We'll break it down just like what you're doing, right where it say. Tell you.
Yeah. I'm finna go over here to chapter 2, like you said. That was a good doggone thing to do. These kingdoms are the same kingdoms.
Right. It's all telling you.
Where is it? I'm looking for the interpretation.
Yeah, down the bottom.
There you go. Well, give me a second. Now, I know I was looking at it. I don't know how I missed it.
What you looking for?
The interpretation of here it is right here.
Oh yeah, you just had it. You was just looking at it. I threw you off of Daniel too. That was just kind of time precept, but yeah, you had just pulled it up.
I'm lost, bro. I lost it. I lost it.
There you go.
Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me.
15.
I should have went to Daniel chapter 2 instead of Daniel chapter 7. You're right. That's why I lost it. Because I was thinking in my head, I should have been in Daniel chapter 2. Mm. But look, man, it's right, bro.
It all goes right together.
Yeah, because they talking about the same four kingdoms.
Right.
I was just expecting to have the breakdown right there without me having to do it. So you know what I'm gonna do? Since I messed that up, I'm gonna go to Revelation. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. I take it back. Yeah, Revelation chapter 13. Oh, now those four kingdoms that we just read about over there in Daniel, the Lion King, the first kingdom is Babylon, the second kingdom is Medo-Persia, the third kingdom is Greece, and the last kingdom is Rome.
Iron. Amen.
Now the beast that is Rome, it didn't have a description. It was a mixture of animals. We're gonna read about it right here. Man, I messed that one all up there, brother. But we're gonna try to get back on track.
Well, it's here a little, there a little. So, you can't go to one spot. So you didn't mess up. It just might have been a different point you were looking for. But yeah, they all tie together.
Yeah,
And then
they are.
in the Daniel chapter 2, where we were at, where it talks about the feet that's mixed with clay and iron. So we
That's right.
know it's part Roman. And then we talked about it a couple Shabbats ago, where those 10 feet are is when that Roman Empire fell, just like toes. The 10 toes
Yeah.
were the 10 nations, which is basically families that were created from the fall of Rome. And they won't stick together. They can't work together.
They make enough trouble together, but they ain't gonna work together.
You right about that? What verse we starting at here?
At the tippy top,
All right, taking it to the top, to the tippy top.
the
We got
tippy tippy
Revelation chapter
chapter
13,
13. Mm.
and we're gonna start that at Uno. All right.
Yeah.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. All right, and you want to visualize that. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the numbers here, right? He said he coming out the sea, he's got 7 heads, but he got 10 horns. That's an uneven number.
Right.
Just look at that. So you would figure if they both had 2 horns each, which would make them all the same, there'd be 14 horns. So at least it looks like 3 might be missing. And then it says, verse 2, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. So we know the leopard, we just talked about that. That's the Grecians. And then as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Now
And
that bear, that's Medo-Persia.
right, right,
And
right.
that lion,
Medo-Persia. And brother, you might be able to help me with that. With the Medes and the Persians together, uh, how does that, where does Iran fall in that? Because we know Iran is Persia, but the Medo-Persian Empire was kind of a mixture. So with
yeah,
seeing what's going on with Iran, what part is Medo and what part is Persian?
they ended up turning into one group of people.
Mm,
The Iranians, the Medes were Iranian people.
mm,
So it was two groups of them. They got together. They had a beef or whatever, got together and took over Persia.
mm. That's deep. And that's who we threatening right now. The people that freed us, allowed us to go back and build our temple. But then our so-called leadership, who's treating us like slaves, is talking about blowing these people up for defending themselves.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you right now. And this probably I ain't somebody will probably be mad at me for saying it, but the creator forbids me to kill one person. He said I can't kill nobody. Definitely not an innocent person.
Right.
This man made a public statement he was going to wipe out a civilization.
At 8 p.m., matter of fact, I think Pakistan had to step in, like, bruh, don't get your country blown up, over this, because we gonna have to step in and do something, because you ain't gonna blow up a whole country and not affect the people around it. I don't know what kind of military equipment you think you got.
It's silly, man. Like you ain't scared to kill that many people.
Right, right.
Like what? I mean, you must be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the kind of mind frame you got to be in to say stuff like that.
We'll look at the people that we so-called fighting with alongside, that said that, oh, by the way, we not finna send our people over there. You go do that. That's letting you know who's really running things. Now,
Yeah.
when you hear the ridiculous commentary, we know where that's coming from. That's coming from the man that's been doing that for a career. But when it comes to the movement and the decisions, it's not benefiting here. It's benefiting those people that it's offensive to call them Israelites and Hebrews. They're the type of people that in their ethno-religious book, because you got to be born into them, to be in their stuff. Their books tell you it's okay to murder. It's okay to do that. Not Torah don't say that, but they books say it's okay long as they not one of them. So that's where that order coming from. Christianity don't teach that, and neither does the Bible. But Talmud, we can give you. If you want the quote, we can give you the quotes if you need it. We got the receipts.
The only people that don't believe it is the people that ain't ready yet.
Right, right.
You got time. If you take your eyes and you read the writings that they got wrote down, you're gonna be shocked.
You wouldn't believe it. I was shocked. I had to look it up myself. I said, no, what, kill the best of the Gentiles? No, there's no way that they said that. Not the wicked Gentiles. Kill the best of the Gentiles is in their Talmud. Quote unquote. So anybody that write that and publish that in a book and say this is our religion don't care about blowing up a whole country of people that's 100% not them, because it's melanin people over there in Iran, melanated people over there. So we know that's not them. That's not their ethno religion. So they don't have no problem blowing that up.
Man, that's so crazy. Straight up crazy.
So we had what, verse 3?
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
Man, people, man. Oh, no, in the middle. Hey, let's get, and the dragon gave him his power.
Okay. What verse is that?
That's the middle of 2.
Okay,
Like
the
right
middle
here.
of 2.
I got you.
All right. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So the devil gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Yeah. Let's get verse 4. We're
And verse
gonna skip a little bit.
All right, verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in Shamaim, in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints. So that's who he made war with. And to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
Hey, let's pause right here. So what we're looking at is a government with the power to persecute the Israelites, and at the same time control all of mankind. This power can control languages, nations, and races. All right. And he got the power in the earth. And
Right.
he got his power from the devil.
Right.
All right, let's go. Now this the universal worshiping system that we've been outlining. The one that is against the ethno religion.
Right. Clearly, anybody can join that if you all kindreds, tongues, and nations. I mean, that's pretty
That,
broad.
that's pretty universal.
I don't know, man. They wouldn't let me join. Oh man, I ain't a kindred, I ain't a tongue, I ain't a nation. No, you have no, you a color. Sorry, bro.
Nah, you didn't get in, bro. But this universalizing religion is going to take over the world.
That's like Daniel chapter 9. Oh, excuse me, yeah, Daniel chapter 9. Where he makes this covenant with the earth, with the whole earth.
Come on, sir. So down. Let me get that. Let's see. Let me get verse 8.
Right.
Oh, we already did. Yeah, no, we did. Yeah,
Verse
verse
8.
8
All right. And all that dwell
to
upon the earth
12.
are worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Let me get that. I go on here to go to 12,
Look, you
sir.
got to read that 10 because they pulled it out the new KJV. So if you got the NKJV, they pull this verse out right. He that leads into captivity
They took it
shall
out.
go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
All right. Now listen. This this government is going to be against the saints. It's going to enslave the saints. It's going to kill the saints. But the people who are going to make it are the ones who are patient enough to endure. You get me?
Right. Because it says it, hey, look, I know it looked bad, but if they leading into captivity, don't worry, they're gonna go into captivity. Hey, they killing with the sword, don't worry, they're gonna be killed with the sword. You ain't gotta run out there and do like them crazy, jihadists and all that stuff blowing up. But you ain't got to do that. See, that's why to label us terrorists is ridiculous. We ain't been in war with nobody for thousands of years, but yet we getting killed daily.
Somebody been at war with us. We ain't
Right.
been at war. They at war with us.
Only thing we've been war at is with these lies.
And this
We cutting
foolishness
them, we
they
killing them, we murdering them lives.
That's right. Nah, let's get verse. Let's get verse 9.
All right.
And then we're gonna drop, down to 17.
All right. So 9 and then verse 17.
Yep.
All right. So Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world, the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So you got to ask yourself, are you, the world, or are you set apart? The world getting caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? The world was sleeping. Verse 17. And the dragon was mad with the woman and went to make war. Who he warring with? With the remnant of her seed. What he warned with just the seed? Nah. Which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony, and it says right here, of Jesus Christ, which we know is Yahweh Shai Mashiach. He ain't warring with everybody.
He ain't looking for the people who don't keep the commandments. When we say commandments, we talking about the ethno religion of the Israelites. All the other religions, all the other ways of life are against us keeping the commandments as it's written. The world that we live in has been described in these pages. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we could park it right there, and pick it up if I come the next time I come back. But I want to push to the family. Well, you know what? I want to push to the family that you can find that we are the Israelites. And when you read the Bible as an ethno-religious document, it shows our plight through history. Shows our plight through history, fighting, struggling to maintain, even though we have rebels to go renegade in our societies, like in Maccabees chapter 1, the Most High remains faithful to us. And it's our obligation, it is our duty to remain faithful to Him in this ethno religion. And that's it right there. I can pick them back up next time, brother.
All praises. This was a very informative class. I always know, Brother Shamar, Brother Scott, you always bring a preparation and a scholastic approach, that anybody on any level can interface, can come in, whether you the most seasoned Hebrew or you brand new in it, because everybody is going to question when you're against the mainstream. So like I said, even if you weren't able to remember this stuff, the study style of pulling the facts, of looking at their paperwork. It says that the Gentiles are lovers of knowledge, so they're gonna put it in a book. You just got to go out there and find it. So this is one of our first classes coming back to picking up Bible study. So we're gonna work to try to come as much as we can, week in and week out. We're definitely gonna have Brother Shamar, Brother Scott to come out and do some more classes. Um,
Be happy to, bro.
if you have topics, if you need access to this stuff, as we're being exposed to these things, we're going to start downloading. Brother Scott provided all these sources, so we're going to start downloading copies of this stuff ourselves and making it available for your conversations. Because at the end of the day, everybody ain't religious. But you get in this book and you read this history and these facts, you can't argue with history and facts. So thank you so much for bringing this, brother.
Hey, man. I appreciate you having me on.
And any other things you working on, or anything else you want to share with us before we close out into the next one?
Sure. All I want to share is y'all give me another chance. We're gonna bring more black facts out here. We got tons of facts to prove. Books written in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, telling us that we are the Israelites of the Bible, the people for the transatlantic slave trade. I'll be happy to serve.
Praise God. So how far did you get in this class? How much more do you have to finish this particular class?
To finish,
Yes, sir. Comfortably.
I don't know if you can see the screen. Am I still sharing?
Now, let me stop sharing. You go ahead and share.
Oh, no,
Go
no,
ahead.
you good.
I stopped.
I,
Okay. So you probably got another full class you can go?
hey, at least,
Okay,
at
at least
least.
another full class. So I'll tell you what, if schedule permits, next week, we'll pick back up into it. Because that'll be after first fruits, because we have first fruits coming up the first morrow after the weekly Shabbat. So with unleavened bread finishing for us this week, according to our Enochian calendar, that would put this Saturday as the first Shabbat, and then the morrow after that would be first fruits. So first fruits will be coming up, and then that will bring us to Tuesday Bible study. So that's a perfect time to go ahead and pick up.
All
So if you're
praises, all
available
praises, all
and the schedule
praises.
permits, we'll pick up with Brother Scott and we'll get into this ethnography, ethno religion. I had no idea about it and the significance and how the historical aspect of it, man, and how it's just right there in the Bible and right there in the books, man. So we'll pick up, like I said, y'all's will, because there's so much more we can get into this. And once
Yes.
we document it, it's there. It's documented in the internet verse, so we can be spread. So thank you very much, brother. We pray that a blessing will be added unto you and your house. For the works that you do, not just on this platform, but the things that's behind the scenes. See, I'm familiar with you. The type of brother to go out there by himself. Even though it says to go out in twos, sometimes nobody willing to be that tool. So what, you just gonna stop? Nah, you got
Nope.
to go out and do what you got to do. But if I can be that too, I'll make sure that I'll be available. And Brother Scott has done the same for me, not only in this, in immersions, studies, counseling, everything that's necessary. So,
Brothers, man,
so much.
brothers.
Thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate you coming on our platform and sharing this with our nation.
Oh, praise God. Hey, man, I'm very humble. Hey, like the white folks say, it's an honor just to be nominated.
And I want to thank God. Okay, who your God? Be specific.
Yeah, I appreciate. Hey, man, it was an honor just for you to ask me to come on. I appreciate it, man.
All praises, all praises. So if you haven't already, visit our website at israelitesgathering.com. Also, we have our mobile application that's for iPhone or Android. Is also entitled Israelites Gathering. That's also free. You can watch our classes live, including this one, as well as the previous classes. We have all of our study materials, all the books we read out of. We also have an instant messaging, a private messaging where you can message away from Facebook and away from your cell phone directly in our app to the different members that are spread throughout the country. You can find people to fellowship with you in your area that are all on the application. So check it out. Also, for Roku, we have the Sisterhood app for the sisters to also check out, as well as My Sister's Keeper is also available. So definitely check it out. And until then, we will see you, Yah's will, for Shabbat. Until then, everybody enjoy your feast days wherever you are. At the end of the day, we don't allow understanding to cause separation, because we all understand that we are working to celebrate the Most High. And as long as that's your true intention, there will be no separation with Israelite Gathering or any of the ministries that we interface with. So big shout out to Defenders of the Throne out of multiple Florida and Georgia, Alabama, that whole area. So praise Yah, and Yah's will. We will see you for Shabbat. Shalom, y'all.